Let's get on with it, lads.
Welcome to my first Company of Heroes battle. So this is Company of Heroes Tales of Valor, and this is partly a review of the game from the perspective of a Men of War player such as myself, and it's also a video of a battle that I'm trying to win. So the scenario here is I'm playing the map Lyon. I'm playing as the British. This is a skirmish mode, annihilation, and what I'm doing is I'm playing against two enemy AI controlled enemies on hard mode, and I have one ally in the form of a hard mode US AI controlled player, and that's on the other side of the map. You can see the map there at the bottom right of the screen. That's going to be visible. So my objective in this battle is just to get to grips with Company of Heroes, really. So you're not going to see any great skill. I used to play this game a lot, but years ago, before Men of War really came out. Haven't really touched it since, so I'm just going to get back into the feel of Company of Heroes, really. Now my objective really is just to survive. I've allowed the enemy AI to press forward right up to my CP. They've captured all the control points, and obviously they've high resources now. They've got all of their sides of the map. So the idea is really just to see if I can push out of my base after the enemy have gained all of the map, and maybe just push them off to the other side of the river, because Lyon, as the map is split by the river in the middle. So my objective is to just push them back to their side of the river, and that's it. I'm not going to try and annihilate their base. Now the sharp-eyed people watching this video will probably notice that I'm cheating, and the reason I'm doing that is because I don't really play games like this in terms of it being conventional RTS base building and all that BS. I like it like Men of War editor, where I can just decide on the strength of my army and deploy the strength of that army and just get on with the battle. So I've deployed what I think is a decent size army, and I've allowed the enemy AI to build up their numbers. So I just want a straight fight. I don't want any BS, don't want any base building. I just want it to be like Men of War, really, in the editor mode. So there you go, and I'm using a trainer to do that. So like it or not, that's how I'm playing it. So what I'm doing here, I'm just putting down some artillery fire on the enemy side of the river, and I'm going to just try and edge forward here and start just probing Germans. I know they're all over my side of the river here, and I've allowed the enemy AI, the US side, to capture the CPs. So I'm instantly encountering some resistance here as soon as I leave my CP. There's a German veteran squad there by the looks of it, SS unit. So I've retreated back. Using the house as cover. So I've rolled forward the squad there to try and suppress them. It's anti-tank cannon there, need to nail that. Got him. Shit. I'm pulling back. My squad's been wiped out, and there's a lot of enemy resistance there. A lot of German tanks. They've set up anti-tank positions and field cannons. Trying to do a creeping barrage there, I couldn't quite do it. I'm not quite sure what I'm doing wrong. I need to try and just suppress the Germans. They're going to overwhelm my CP here, so I just need to try and suppress them, prevent them from getting into my base. Some allies there. I'm going to pull everyone back to an Alamo position just ahead of my line. That German squad is giving me hell. I'll just try and send a squad forward here just to try and gain some sort of ground. So I'm capturing a CP. I need to start trying to gain some ground back from the Germans here. They've pushed me right up to my base. So the objective is to try and gain the ground back. A lot of enemy tanks up the road there.
Enemy contact! Target has been secured. Should we build it up?
So one of the first things I do notice when I play Company of Heroes is the enemy AI is a lot more aggressive in this. It's not necessarily better, it's just a lot more aggressive. Nail them. They're retreating. So it kind of feels a lot more arcadey for that reason, because the enemy is very unrealistically aggressive. Like they charge at you like 2 or 3 troops and a tank. Whereas, I don't know. It's pretty cool though. Very fierce. So I'm setting up some mortars here. As the British, I'm rolling the defensive Royal Artillery doctrine. The Company of Hero players that know what I'm talking about. You've got one of 3 choices, and I've gone for Royal Artillery, so I get barrage options, my captain and my lieutenant, or lieutenant as I should say, considering I'm playing as the Brits. They have the ability to call in arty strikes, and I also have various cannons and mobile tanks that can do barrages. So I'm still deploying troops. I'm giving myself a few more numbers here. I think I maybe underestimated the task at hand really. So I'm just rolling out some more tanks, some more troops. I need to just try and break through. So I'm just getting pushed back. I need to just try my best here to just push the Germans back, or at least hold my ground. I'm using artillery barrages to just keep them pinned. I'm going to move forward. So I've pushed them back slightly. They've retreated a little bit, but there's a hell of a lot more coming. Whoa. I need to pull back my captain. They got too close to the battle there. Germans are desperately trying to capture my CP. They're getting real close to my line. I need to build a few more defensive positions here. It's a trench. It looks like they've sneaked up on my right flank. It looks like they've breached my perimeter by the looks of the map. Trying to build more trenches. Probably a waste of time. I'm going to abandon that. So we've got some armoured cars here. They've pushed right up to my base. I'm going to try and engage them. I've got no assets in the area though. So the pressure's really on here.
Captain reporting as ordered.
Casualty station has been destroyed.
So they just continue to smash my base up basically. I've managed to roll forward a few tanks, I've built another one. And I'm calling in the artillery. The artillery saved the day there.
The artillery is out to bring has been destroyed.
Yeah, some great things about this game. Very, very impressive sound effects and great animations. The enemy
My team's ready, sir.
kind of seem very fluid in their movements. More tanks.
Right, Jed, dial it in.
Use more artillery to keep them back. Shit.
RT ready. Message gun line. At 100 charge super cap on.
Also at the moment, the artillery is my lifeline here. If it wasn't for the artillery, I'd have been dead 5 minutes ago. Disastrous tactics really, but like I say, my objective really is just to survive and push the enemy back slightly. That's all I'm trying to achieve in this video. I just really want to get a feel for Company of Heroes. Voices in this are brilliant. The acting and the dialogue in general, very good. Again, just have to use the artillery strikes here. I'm making a slight push. I've managed to survive that somehow. Pushing the Germans back up the road. And I'm going to deploy some mortars there. Jesus. It's a powerful German squad that.
Stores are under attack.
A German mortar crew there. I need to kick my troops back from range. What I want to try and do is just build some defensive positions on that road. Maybe some anti-tank assets, some cannons. So I'm rolling forward some bigger tanks here. I don't want to go too over the top, but I just want to give myself a few more assets to play with. And roll forward. Like I say, I'm using a trainer, so that's why I can instantly build things. And the enemy AI, or the friendly AI even, is spawning loads of troops down on my base, giving me backup, which is very impressive. I like the way it does that. Company of Heroes is generally a lot more arcadey than Men of War. But that is the nature of skirmish mode though, so it's an unfair kind of comparison really, because Men of War, when I play it, is purely the editor mode. So obviously the nature of the editor mode is entirely unscripted and no AI really, except for what you script and set up. Whereas in this it's based on the AI's computer AI trying to capture CPs and push you back, and obviously they can spawn assets, so it's a completely different game, completely different mechanic. Great in different ways, but for me the reason I do Men of War and I focus on it is because I love the cinematic, realistic, sim level way I can recreate battles using the editor. For me that's more important than the RTS elements. I do wish this game had an editor, I will say that. I think it's a shame I don't ship it with an editor of some description, because with these physics and with these sounds and graphics and all that goes with it, you really could have a great time with this game if you had a good editor at your disposal. But it's not the way they programmed the game. The game is an RTS first and foremost, and it has skirmish modes, whereas Men of War is built differently. You never know though, they may do something like that with Company of Heroes 2, hopefully, which I will be looking at next year when it comes out. So I've deployed some 25 pounder there and a 17 pounder cannon, and it looks like I've managed to at least keep the Germans back off my CP now, off my main HQ base. And I'm now progressively pushing them back to their side of the river. But the Germans are not going down without a fight. They've got 5 or 6 tanks on the bridge, so I need to try and clear them. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to try and roll forward some of my tanks, the Sherman Fireflies, and try and engage them. And I've got a priest there, which is an artillery asset. Some plane flying over there. I think that's a friendly US plane doing a strafing run. Huge amount of German tanks on that river, on that bridge even. Looks like some Panthers and Panzers and a Whirlwind. So they're making a push for it, they're trying to push back. They've got some cannon deployed there, anti-tank gun, Pack 41. So I need to try and roll forward my troops now. And I'm just slowly ebbing them forward. As I say, I'm not particularly clued up with the tactics you need to deploy in a game like this. It's more an RTS, it's more conventional skirmish mode really. So there's a Stug there, at the moment my infantry are all that stands between them and my CP point. So I think what I've done there is set a rally point for the tanks I've just spawned. Pushing them back. This will be a very prolonged battle if I wanted to try and actually completely annihilate the Germans. And like I said, it's not my objective, it's just to get them off my side of the river at this stage. So here comes the Sherman. Here comes my tanks, rolling them forward. Nice deflection physics going on there, shells bouncing off frontal armour. Oh, German. Some sort of vehicle there, I'm not sure what it is, but my Sherman's taking hits. Ah, Jesus. I need to take out that AC half track. So those German tanks are still pretty much controlling that area. The Sherman's taking hits there. The Germans are retreating back slightly, hiding behind buildings. Some quite smart AI tactics. There's a few things here you don't see in Men of War at all. Sort of AI deliberately retreating, things like that. I need to pull that Sherman out of there. He's the only one left now. All my other tanks have been wiped out. And the Germans are making a push for it on the other bridge, but I think my 17 pounder should deal with it. Yep, there you go. So I've got another Sherman here, running him forward. Main gun destroyed, he's out of the game. I don't think there's any way you can repair vehicles in this. No, I suppose there is. I suppose you use the sappers. But unlike Men of War, the crews aren't necessarily a unit you can get out of a tank. The tank is in itself a unit. There's no crew and unit distinction. Which is the reason why I think Men of War is much more sim level than this. This is a Panther on that bridge. The sapper managed to get away from him there, putting down some barbed wire, trying to set up some defensive positions here. Another anti-tank gun. But I want to try and engage that Panther. The Germans are obviously in firm control of that side of the river. I'm not going to deal with that. Rolling forward, more troops. Trying to make a bit of a final push now.
Tell us what you want.
So there's a second bridge up there in the US. My friendly AI companion is holding them back up on the other bridge. I don't really need to deal with that, I don't think. I just need to try and make this push up my side of the map. And I've got these two Shermans still. Whoa. German tank position there. So it looks like a Panzer Mark IV perhaps, I don't know. I'm going to try and deploy a 25 pounder right in front of it. Bit of a standoff here between these two tanks.
Be ready, boys. 18117 charge super.
So I'm going to pound it with 25 shells. But he's retreated and they're back on the bridge now. There goes the Panther.
Rally on me, lads. Got all these guys.
It looks like the US side has decided to move onto their side of the river now, so we've got the Germans on the back foot.
Ready for your orders? That's us. Let's go, chaps. Heading over there now, sir.
So I just need to try and push over myself. Whew, it's definitely intense, so even using the trainer, I'm feeling like I achieved something there just by managing to survive, really.
Tank 6,
Let's
ready
get
for your
over there
message.
now. Right, I'm just moving out.
Go ahead. HQ command trucks at the ready. Captain, the lads are ready to fight. Brand ready for combat. There's a Panzer on us.
So more Panthers. Panther's going for it. He's attacking me head on here. So it looks like a Sherman versus Panther affair.
Casting over there now, sir.
I should be able to take him out with the Firefly's main gun, but I'm in trouble.
Go for Firefly.
Damn. So Panther wins outright there. No messing around. Panther just destroyed me quite easily. Again, arcadey, the way the AI just attacked me. Would rather it if it stayed on that side of the river and fired shots, but you're not going to get that kind of thing in an RCS like this. You don't really get it in Men of War either unless you script for it in the editor. So this is the US guys, Paratroop Airborne Division moving forward. They're doing all the hard work, I accept that. But I'm supporting their efforts to capture CPs, that's the way I look at it. Can't be bothered with all that dirty work.
Go ahead. I'll try not to be long. Under fire from armor.
So I'm pushing across the bridge finally.
Outfit's ready for action.
More German tanks instantly hitting me. Definitely not secure. I'm doing a barrage.
There's no Tower of London, but it'll do. Send your message. Heading over there now. Standing by. Heading over there now.
So I'd say I've almost completed my objective for this particular video. I've just managed to push them off my side of the map basically. And I'm controlling all the bridges, setting up defensive positions on each bridge.
All green guns and magazines issuing. We no rest for you lads, we're on the move.
And what I may do in a future video is try and defend the bridges against the German attack, which will no doubt inevitably come. You never know. I'm just rolling forward troops here. Obviously the enemy, friendly AI even, is sending up mortars and pushing forward. The Germans are definitely not out of the fight. They've still got half a map's worth of control points. They're getting a lot of resources. So therefore, it's only a matter of time until they attack again. Some German infantry there. So we got some German tank on my side of the map. He's obviously sneaked through somehow.
On your feet, let's go.
Standing by. Send over armor moving.
Not too concerned though at this stage. I'm just going to continue focusing on moving my assets over the bridge.
At the ready. Making our way over there now.
Finally some US tanks. The AI's been a bit slow at spawning their own vehicles.
Them two gents.
I'm going to set up a 17 pounder here.
We have a job to do.
Which might be able to ambush the German tanks if they try and move over across the bridge.
Yes, sir.
There's a lot of infantry though. I don't like to abuse having the ability to spawn as many assets as I like using a trainer. I just spawn what I would deem a realistic number of assets. So it's my objective really to keep them alive and in strategic positions. So we're really starting to take over their sides of the map, I would suggest. Looks like we've got them right up to their headquarters. There's 2 German players, so there's 2 headquarters on either side of their map. So this is that tank on my side of the river. I'm just trying to nail him, finish him off. Just cleaning him up really.
Contact, Jerry! Bloody hell, taking effective fire!
There we go.
Under fire!
So we've got them right up to their headquarters, like I say. Just taking shots at their bases now. So we've really pushed the Germans back. So I'm going to use a Firefly here to just start trying engaging their bases. Try and maybe take out some of their mobile spawn points or whatever they are. Or, supply depots by the looks of it. Back slightly, there's still a lot of resistance and I'm pushed quite thin here now, very thin.
Ready the vehicle for move. Oi, listen up, gents.
So what I may do is just do a few more artillery barrages in their general area. Friendly air asset there, doing a strafing run. Of all the Company of Heroes maps I've seen, this is definitely my favourite. And I think this is one of the originals, some Company of Heroes, the original game. There's another German tank there that sneaked through the line. I'm just finishing him off. Tank armour is very much based on conventional energy bars in this. I don't think you can get sneaky quick kills by hitting sweet spots of armour and things like that. Men of War is generally a lot more sophisticated when it comes to that kind of thing. But like I say, this is more an arcade style game. It's not sim level.
Team ready. Ready. SIG's ready. Message for dog. Supercharge AGS.
So the Germans are starting to try and recap some grounds here. So I'm going to just try and prevent it, doing some artillery strikes as they try and cap. They've got a load of tanks on that side of the river. So they've still got a lot of forces to play with. I think we may be seeing a bit of a counter strike here by the Germans. Counter attacking, moving across the bridge. I'm not going to get past these 17 pounders though. Ooh, one of my Stuarts tried to get involved there. Foolish attempt. And you kept them back. So the Germans basically, oh, there goes my Sherman. So we got 2 near their line, and they're counter-attacking aggressively now, and they're pushing us back, way back off their side of the map. It looks like we're losing control of all the assets, all the areas we took on their side of the river. So it's kind of a stalemate, I guess. We hold our side, they hold their side. And their headquarters are very much a long way away from being approached, or certainly not destroyed anytime soon. That's good fun. I think this is a great game, and I understand why a lot of people prefer it to Men of War. It's a preference though, in my opinion. If you enjoy this more than Men of War, it's probably because you're more into arcade, skirmish style RTS games. For me, Men of War is all about the editor, and it's all about the editor because I can create realistic battles. You don't get things like population limitation, or you don't see enemy bodies, dead bodies and tank remains disappear after a certain amount of time. It all stays place exactly as it is when they die, and that's the sort of thing I like and appreciate, and that's why I use the editor more than anything else. Plus I like to just have a force, and I use that force. I don't bother doing base building and spawning things. It's not how I like playing these sort of battles. So, good fun. Hope you enjoyed the video.
Forward company commanders report a section is KIA.